Good day, everyone. So today we shall be diving into the versatile world of materials, and our focus of the materials today are very simple: ceramics, glass, and rubber. We're going to be looking at the applications in our world today. Let's dive into this. So we shall be starting with the ceramics. Ceramics encompasses all solid objects crafted from clay, mud, or cement, including clay product, glass, and plastics. So any product that comes from any of these materials, whether mud, whether clay, whether cement, they are all categorized as ceramics. And what are the application or the use of these ceramics? We use ceramics as building blocks. We use ceramics to make bricks, to cement, okay? So in our homes, the bricks that we have in our various homes are all from ceramics. And ceramics have high heat resistance. It can withstand extreme temperatures. No matter how high the temperature may be, ceramic material cannot be damaged because of their resistance to heat. And they also have chemical resilience. That means they have resistance to corrosion and chemical attack. So they cannot be easily corroded, neither can chemical destroy them easily because of their properties. So that is ceramics for you. And beyond construction, we also apply ceramics as artistic expression because you can mold ceramics into different things. You can decorate it whatever way you want. You can use it for intricate sculptures. And we also use ceramics because they are insulators. So they serve as excellent insulators. We use them for making crucial and high tension voltage lines. So most of our high tension voltage lines are insulated with ceramic materials. Okay, they are also known for their longevity. They last longer. Okay, based on artifact like the Beni Earth. Okay, so ceramic material lasts longer. All right. Now let's talk about another material, that is the glass. Glass is another versatile ceramic material, okay, that can be applied in various aspects. Okay, we use glass in making bottles and tumblers. You could see eyeglass on my face. We use glass to make eyeglasses and magnifying glasses too. Uh, then we also use glass to make flower vase. Okay, to see it. These are some glass products. So we also use glass or glasses to make binoculars and mirrors. The mirrors in our various homes, our plane mirror, our driving mirror, our shaving mirror, they are all made up of glass. Although today we have bulbs that are made up of plastic, but before the invention of plastic bulbs, they were actually covered with glass. So we have light bulbs made up of glass, and the windscreen of vehicles are made up of glass. The TV screen, our phone screens, our computer screen are all made from glasses. To see the versatile application of glasses in our everyday life. Okay, I'm going to say that let's talk about the third materials that we have in our world, and that is rubber. Rubber is divided into two types. We have the natural one and we have the synthetic rubber. Okay, so the raw rubber, which is the latex, is processed with chemical to become usable, moldable materials. Because the raw rubber itself, known as latex, cannot be used if it's not processed. So it must be processed before it can be used. Okay, like I said, it comes in two forms: the natural one and the synthetic one. The natural rubber is derived from our rubber tree. If you go to the forest or some of our trees around us, we can find rubber around them, the natural rubber around them. You see that after some time, you begin to see that if you touch the, the stem of the tree, you find out that there are some materials that are, that are elastic in nature. They are actually natural rubber. But one disadvantage about natural rubber is that it deteriorates with age and sunlight. Because by the time you go to the tree stem and you discover those gums that are rubber, the sunlight, when the sunlight falls on them, they melt away and then they get deteriorated. On the other hand, we have the synthetic rubber. This is not natural. Synthetic rubber are actually manufactured from chemicals, and these chemicals made them to be more durable and of high quality than that of natural rubber. Because of the laboratory processes that they undergo, they made them to last longer and they have better quality than the natural rubber that easily deteriorate with age and sunlight. Right? So, then, how do we now enhance natural rubber? Since we know that natural rubber easily get deteriorated with age and sunlight. So we're going to look at the process of enhancing natural rubber, and that process is known as vulcanization. Okay, the process of vulcanizing helps to improve natural rubber properties and makes the natural rubber harder and more heat resistant. So what's the first process that we must take for us to vulcanize natural rubber? Number one, you add a material known as sulfur. So sulfur is mixed with the latex, the raw rubber. So when you mix sulfur with the raw rubber, that's the first stage in vulcanizing. I haven't mixed it, as you could see it here. I haven't mixed it with sulfur. The next thing is to incorporate carbon. So you add carbon particle to the mixture after you had a sulfur and you mixed it again. The next thing after that, you apply heat. You heat it up, put it under heat, and the heat helps to initiate the vulcanization process. If you add sulfur and add carbon without heating, vulcanization process has not begun. So until you begin to heat and you begin to stir, gradually, then it makes that natural rubber to be harder and to be more heat resistant. So the result you get will be harder and more resistant rubber. Okay, so those three processes: addition of sulfur, addition of carbon, and application of heat and mixing. This will give us a more enhanced natural rubber through the process called vulcanization. Right? So, what is the superiority of synthetic rubber over natural rubber? Of course, we said that natural rubber are made from trees, but synthetic rubber are manufactured with chemicals. Okay, so what is the superiority of this synthetic rubber over the natural rubber? Number one, synthetic rubber are sunlight resistant. In other words, they are not affected by prolonged exposure to sunlight. Unlike the natural rubber, when you expose natural rubber in the sunlight for a long time, it melts or deteriorates away. Another advantage or superiority of synthetic rubber over natural rubber is that it's temperature stable, meaning that it maintains integrity across varying temperatures. No matter the amount of temperature of synthetic rubber, it maintains its properties, its integrity. It does not change. All right. Thirdly, is that it is chemical resistant. Unlike natural rubber that when exposed to chemicals, it gets deteriorated. But for synthetic rubber, because of the processes that undergone, it will withstand chemical exposure without degradation. And then lastly is that for synthetic rubber, it does not deteriorate or age like natural rubber, like we have said earlier. So it's age defying. It does not age or deteriorate, unlike the natural rubber. that deteriorate with sunlight and age. Right? So let's also see some of the product of rubber um, generally. So of course we all know that the tires we see on the road, the tires of vehicles are made up of rubbers. We also have rubber football, that's football that we play on the road or play at home. They are made up of rubber. We have footwear too that are made up of rubber. We have rubber shoes. All right. We have radial seals, some seals that we also get in the market for our cables are made up of what? Rubber too. And then hand gloves, most hand gloves are made up of rubbers. We have other hand gloves that are made up of cotton material, but we have hand gloves that are made up of rubbers too. Then most of our hoses we use at home, okay, are made up of what? Rubbers. So rubbers have different products based on their properties. Okay, so we cannot exhaust the product of rubbers. So as many as you can mention them. Right? Right. So now let us look at the key applications of rubber aside the one we mentioned. Because of the elastic nature of rubber, we use them in area like in product like catapult and rubber band. A lot of us today we use our rubber band today in binding our biros, our book, our exam scripts and so on and so forth. Some of us even use it in binding our hair. So because of the elastic nature of rubber. Another thing is that we use rubber as waterproof barriers. Okay, some of the sandals that we wear that are rubber. Some of us, when it is rainy season like that we are currently, we prefer to put on rubber sandals so that because of the waterproof nature, so we put on rubber sandals so that the rubber do not get soaked because it is waterproof. And then the hand glove too, we put it on because it is rubberproof, so it doesn't get soaked when wet. All right. And lastly, we use rubber as electrical insulator because actually it's an insulator. And when we say insulator, it means it does not allow electric current to pass through it. So it serves as a very good electrical insulator or as electrical covers since it's an insulator for safety purpose. Okay, now more application of rubber. We also use rubber as shock absorber. Okay, shock absorber because of its elastic property. Its ability to absorb impact makes rubber critical for safety and comfort in transportation. When you enter a vehicle that enter into gallop, you find out that you bounce up and you do not feel the impact of the gallop because of the shock absorber in that vehicle. If that vehicle have issue with the shock absorber, on landing you will feel pain because there is no material to take the shock that is coming. So because of its elastic nature, it helps in absorbing shock, just that I've explained earlier in vehicles, and that's why we use it as shock absorber. We also use it as car bumpers. Okay, so it's similar to that of shock absorber because of its elastic nature. Okay, so it minimizes impact damage. Okay, we use rubber in making tires because it provides gripping and cushioning. Okay, that's why the vehicle move easily on the road without having accident because of the gripping nature of rubber. We also use rubber in making the inner tubes of tires because it enhances ride comfort and safety. All right. So here we shall be drawing our curtain today on the versatile application of the world materials, the ceramics, the rubber. as well as the glass. I hope you have learned something today. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye for now.